Welcome. Happy Monday. Greetings, Jackie. Good morning, Tam. This is my favorite way that the girls lay together with Darla, with her leg all up on Gemma, and Gemma doesn't even care. Hi, Lauren. Quick today, Jackie. Yeah, actually, I love this time change. I've been waking up like 30 minutes before my alarm, and then today my alarm went off and I was like, oh, I'm ready to go because it's early now, and I really thrive with the early stuff. So yeah, I'm here today. Hello, Patty. Christine, happy Monday. Hello, Lucy. Good morning, Catherine. And Heather just woke up. Thanks for joining us. Jackie, first thing in the morning. Good morning, Deborah and Athena. Hi, Debbie. Hello, Anique. Welcome, Lori from southern Wisconsin. If this is your first time with me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso, and I am joining you guys from northern Illinois. Today we're here to talk about astrology, we're here to talk about life, we're here to talk about spirituality, we're here to pull some oracle cards to see how we can best utilize the astrology that's available to us right now. Good morning, Jen. Hope everyone here is having a great day. Thanks. Good morning, Pam and Janelle. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you guys? Yeah, I love this time change. Actually, I'm making my official statement now. And I mentioned this in November when we changed the clocks, when we fell back. I decided that this upcoming November, 2024, when we move the clocks back again, I'm moving my whole schedule back so that my body can stay on the right schedule. And the time around me is all made up. So here is your forewarning. Starting, I think time changes on like November 3rd or something. I'm just going to start scheduling my insight timers at 7:15 because my body will think it's this time, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to take control over my time this November. So there's a heads up. And then if you don't want to join me with that, that's why I record all these and I put them on my YouTube channel. Hello, Greg. Speaking of that as well, I've been having a lot of technical difficulties when it comes to my videos, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm switching the program that I record with, so hopefully I won't have to Frankenstein my videos. I had to completely Frankenstein Friday's video because my recording just stopped, but then luckily I was also streaming on TikTok, so I had the recording from that, and it looked pretty wacky, but you know, it's there. I will miss seeing you live in the fall and winter season. Maybe I could just be the maverick, and maybe you can adjust and let your body do what your body wants to do. Forget the time, right? It's all made up anyway. We don't have to deal with that till November. This weekend, though, this past weekend, we had a lot of aspects. A lot of astrological changes over the last few days. It's not my body, it's my schedule. What do you mean, Tam? It's not my body, it's my schedule. Oh, yeah, Jackie, that makes sense. Christine, I'd love to see you earlier. Janelle, I wish there was no time change. Same, and that's why I'm going to take control over my time. Hello, Jenny. So this past weekend, these past few days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we had a lot of stuff impacting each other and being on top of each other and squaring each other and moving into stuff. So it's been a time of realizing something that's asking to be surrendered. It's been a few days of recognizing what is time to go. And this might be something that will take some time to let go of. Perhaps even a whole year to let go of something. And I'm feeling like this is mostly a mindset that's ready to be detached from multiple areas of your life. So we also have this other side where we're able to see the new version of reality that we desire, and there's some pressure to act in a new way to make those physical, tangible changes. Good morning, Mary Alice and Shauna. Oh, your schedule, Tam. I understand. So I'd like to give you guys a personal example of how I'm noticing this in my life. So for the last couple months, I've been glossing over that my life has been hitting the fan recently. I'm in the midst of multiple launches in my business while completely revamping my business model. And I'm still a newbie at this. I don't know what I'm doing. And on top of that, 2 months ago, my mother-in-law had a stroke, and it was not a pretty one. So this has been an ongoing focal point because I love the family that I married into very much. And sometimes you don't realize how draining it can be to spend time, to spend emotions, and how exhausting it can be to give care and compassion when you're not taking care of yourself. So, long story short, with both my husband and myself stretched very thin, I've been feeling undervalued. I've been feeling underappreciated. So, mentally, I completely understand that he's got his plate full, he's concerned about his family, I get that. I can comprehend that. And then on Friday, when we were here on Insight Timer, the love card came up. And it was asking us to look for the emotions and not necessarily the actions. So this past weekend, I did my very best, but I was still struggling to see the emotions. So he and I had a conversation about this yesterday. And what was interesting is that it all came back to my own sense of myself not being enough. Mind blown, right? So I'm projecting this onto a person in my life waiting for his validation, but it all came back to, oh my God, I don't think I'm enough. I don't think I'm doing enough. He thinks I'm doing just fine. It's all in here. So with the astrology, I believe that when Neptune and Mercury met up, right, we were given an instruction. This is what it's time to let go of. You got to work on it for a year. So I believe for myself, it's time to spend the next year dropping the belief that I'm not enough through the multiple signs, through the multiple houses in my chart, and I can see how this is going to be a year-long journey. I can work through the worthiness in my job, in my one-on-one relationships, in my family, in my creations, working house through house. So I share that so you guys can see a real example of what I believe the universe is giving us right now. So I'm curious, there's 108 here right now, 108 meditators. I wonder if any of you guys have had a weekend of something where you're like, oh man, it's not external, it's internal. What is this? What do I need to let go of? Or maybe it isn't external. But that was the feeling I was getting from this weekend. We're coming up on, it's about to be Aries season, so we get a big fresh start there. We're coming up on eclipse season. We get a really big change up there. Sunday was just our new moon in Pisces yesterday. Yeah, Michelle, Lori, Athena, Violet, Em, and Greg, you guys all get that. Jackie, I had a whole realization of my soul's work to do on Saturday. Yes, Jenny as well. Tam sounds like something I will work through as well. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. It was pretty big. Becca, just being our stable and reliable you is what is appreciated by your family. Thank you, Becca. And this is it's so much deeper, right? Like you guys, I know that, but I'm learning to know that inside. Resonates with April, Deborah, Jen, Greg. Yuppers totally had letting go this weekend. Debbie too. So it is a big deal. So yesterday we had our new moon in Pisces, and if you missed the live, that replay is available on my YouTube channel. You could just search my name on YouTube, Jacqui with a Q. This replay will be there as well. Jenny broke down Saturday and was more honest than ever about who I'm being for others' sakes. How I'm taking my freedom from myself and blaming others. Oh, I feel that, Jenny. I feel that. Rachel, my body felt strangely off kilter all weekend. Interesting. Michelle, we're always harder on ourselves than others. 100%. 100%. So, April says, yes, loving the info and laughing too, looking at the two old men laying on the sofa. They do kind of look... I mean, they're both ladies, but I could see why they look like old men. That's really funny. So today, we're here to talk about Venus entering Pisces. Greg, let go of analytical signs of reward or result and embraced love as my one true result and reward. I like that. I like that. They look like bookends. They do. They're like opposite. That just reminded me of the High Priestess card with the two pillars. I don't know why. Okay, so today we're talking about Venus entering Pisces later today. So Venus will be in Pisces from today, March 11th, until April 5th. Venus has been in Aquarius since February 16th, and when she entered Aquarius, she made her conjunction with Pluto. And I described that as Pluto creating a sinkhole, and Venus fell in with her gardening bed that she was preparing all through Capricorn season. Stay with me. And in mid-February, Venus fell in this sinkhole, but she found a portal that helped her see the value of the darkness and how to utilize the darkness in an innovative, unpredictable way. So, if you felt that shift over the last month, which it sounds like we're all having these realizations right now of, you know, how we can use the darkness and turn it into light. So now, Venus is entering Pisces, where she will show us the value of surrender. Venus is joining the Sun, Saturn, Neptune in Pisces. So 4 planets in Pisces for a week. This upcoming week, especially, as the Sun finishes through the last final decan of Pisces, the last 10 degrees of Pisces, this week may offer you some beautiful opportunities for surrender. Venus in Pisces shows us how to use the act of surrender as a tool, as a resource. This, guys, this is the point in our journey when we've done everything we can. We've exhausted all of our human abilities, and the only thing left to do is to let go and let God. To say, I've honestly, truly done everything that I'm able to do, and now I have to leave it up to the universe. Now I have to let go of control. And there's such a beauty in this part of the journey because it allows the space to be delightfully surprised. Because you're never left to flounder, right? There's always a blessing waiting for you. You've made it through 100% of your darkest days and you're here now. But it takes courage and trust in surrender to surrender. Surrendering is not for pansies. It's not for the weak. Surrendering is not the same as giving up. Surrender is the most beautiful way to ask for help because you know how powerful the energies of the universe are. So, what is it in your life that you've given it your all and you don't have anything left to give? It could be something tangible. It could be a relationship that you've given your all, you don't have anything left. It could be a work condition, a financial situation, a health condition. It could be something intangible, a nagging feeling that you've given your all. I've just tried to heal this same thing, my shadow, it just won't go away. It can be a lingering, limiting belief. I'm not enough. I have to do more. I have to give more. It could be a thought about the world. Everyone's out to get me. I have to protect myself. It could be something that ties you to your version of reality that we went off on a tangent about last Friday. So what is it that you are hanging on to that you maybe believe is a source of protection? My husband and I have also been cleaning out the junk in our house, spring cleaning, and we had a whole room dedicated to just our shit. And then our main closet, giant closet in our hallway, it was so cathartic to just let go of things that I was holding on to just in case. That pack of disposable shower caps that I bought 3 years ago when I used to dye my hair, just in case for what? Those are replaceable. Toss it. That bottle of ibuprofen that hasn't been touched in years because we've completely changed to a natural, non-pharmaceutical lifestyle years ago, but it was there just in case. Toss it. Toss it. You always have everything you need, so just toss it. That belief system that you might not have enough one day, that you need to be ready, that you need to be prepared, it's time to go. It's time to surrender the thought that you have control. I looked up the definition of surrender because that could be one of those buzzwords that we use in the spiritual community that we just throw around and we don't really know what it means. So, definition from the internet of surrender: to relinquish possession or control of something to another. Relinquish control to the universe, or to give up in favor of another, especially voluntarily. So this isn't giving up. It's not saying like, oh my God, it's never gonna happen. It's saying, please help me. Please help me. Eddie, psychological anarchy. Love it. Dominic is allowing me to be me. I love that. Violet, I find myself playing small at times to make others feel comfortable. Got a raise and promotion last week and was hesitant to share the news with certain friends. I feel that too. And that's not, it's dimming your light is not going to make anyone else's light shine brighter. Yeah, correct, just in case. Christine, also getting rid of the stuff. It's just stuff, and it's so representative of what's going on inside as well. Hello, Kiana. Jen, hear you. I've been clearing the house and garage. Yes. Deborah, 1,000 times yes. Wade says, surrender is my word of the year and in my face lately. It takes balls to surrender. It's really not for the weak-minded. To trust in surrendering to be able to surrender. Yes, you have to trust in surrender to surrender. Jackie asked if anyone else lost sound. Tam says the sound is good. Marcelo, yeah, love it. And those doggies on the couch are so chilled. Like they've surrendered to a peaceful day. Yeah, day in and day out. They trust. They trust that they're going to be taken care of. Which we all can do. I talk about this often, that like we're often the ones in our own way. Actually, we're the only ones in our own way. This part of our body, this mind, that throughout schooling we were told is the most important part of our being, this is what's sabotaging us. You can convince yourself of any reality you want and make it real. I'm not saying to like live in a la delusional land. Like you can actually make the reality that you want real based on what you talk to about yourself. Wade says looks like a purge vibe. We've been doing Swedish death cleaning. What is that? Kondamarying? What is Kondamari? I just searched it. I had to open another tab to search that. It's very interesting. It just sounds so clearing. Oh, Marie Kondo. Yeah. Christine loves death cleaning? Interesting. Never heard of it. Jenny, I'm Swedish and I have no idea. Kiana went out with friends on Saturday and they were sharing how they were cleaning and getting rid of old things. I told them that's not a surprise and it's according to the plan the season we're in. Yes, yes, yes. Jackie, I go, what? I'm not meant to, oh, I guess you're not meant to hear today's recording. Oh, interesting. I'm sorry, Jackie. Wonder why. All right, so we're going to use 2 different oracle decks to ask 2 different questions. So it's time to surrender something. Venus moving into Pisces, it's showing us the value of surrender, and it's also allowing us to see surrender as a tool. In order to get this, I have to let go of this. It means to get rid of it before you die, so others don't have to be stuck with your stuff. Probably never heard of it because I'm still pretty young. Not saying that you're not, Christine. Oh, I get that, though. I get that. Man, my dad was a hoarder. And when he went, luckily he had just moved. He moved the weekend before he died, so his whole apartment was still packed up in boxes, which made it easier, but man, was that a lot. Man, was that a lot, yeah. All right, guys. So we're going to use the Healing Waters Oracle. And we're going to ask, what is the value of surrender? Tell me why I should invest in this thing called surrender. What is the value of surrender? So feel free to send your energy into these cards. I always do group readings. And oh, Shauna just got this deck. I really like this deck. I got this around Cancer season, I remember. It was last summer. And yeah, I've used it quite a bit. And I honestly feel like I get the same cards every time. I feel like I've only seen like 4 cards in this deck. But today, we're asking, what is the value of surrender? So what are we getting out of surrender? So I will allow 3 cards to fall out of this deck for us, and then I'll ask you to use your intuition to see which card is strongest for you, if any. The whole reading is for everyone listening, everyone watching. The whole reading is for all of us, but sometimes you just kind of know that a certain card has something else for you. So if you have a number in your mind right now between 1 and 3, I pause to let you feel. That could be that card holds a really strong message for you. What's the value of surrender? So I'm going to show you guys the backs of the cards after I finish shuffling. And if anything changes in your physical environment when I hold up a certain card, or if anything changes in your body when I hold up a certain card, that could be the universe speaking to you, saying that one card holds a stronger message. Sometimes, like I even just had this thought, like if I hold up a card and like a word pops in your mind or like a picture of something else, oftentimes people will relate that and then they can piece together what the thought means and what the symbol is of the thing that came in their mind and all this, like Asli 3 forgiveness, right? Like just do what works for you and don't compare your intuition to anyone else's, because everyone has their own special intuition. That's it. So I'm going to show you guys the backs of the 3 cards. Jen says, I understand my parents were born in the 30s when they both went very close together. I had a very large task of clearing and cleaning the house. Not that they were hoarders per se, just kept a lot, making sure I declutter and surrender on a regular. Yeah, growing up in the 30s might have definitely caused you to feel like you had to save and you never know. You never know, but what kind of way is that to live? So what is the value of surrender? I'll show you the backs of the 3 cards. Let us know in the chat which cards resonate with you. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let let us know which cards are resonating with you, and I will read them, or I will show them one more time. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. And let's see who's working with what. Eddie, 2 and 3. Mary Alice, 1 and 2. Leah, all. Kiana, 2. Carrie, 1. Deborah, 2 and 3. Andreas, 2. Athena, 1. Alexandra, 2. Janelle, 1 and 3. Jen, 1. Jenny, 2 and 3 in different ways. Kiana, 3. April, 2 and 3. Lucy, 1 and 3. Patty, 2 really strong. Kelly, 2 with a heart. Gemma, cat meowed at 1. That's how I spelled Gemma. Her name's Gemma, the red one. Christine, 2. Blair, 1. Michelle, 1. Lori, 1. Cindy, 2. April, 2. Becca, 3. Mimi, I will go with card number 1. Stacy, 2. Violet, 2. Nicole, all. Lori loves the background sounds. This today, I'm just playing, it's called Magical Fairy Forest. I felt the need for some fairy forest sounds today. And this one has the water, too. I really like that water with all this Pisces energy. And 3, Kiana, all. S2, Carrie, 1 and 3. Shauna, 3. Christine, 1, 3, 2. From where? It's on YouTube. I can't see the channel. But it's Magical Fairy Forest, and it's a 10-hour. Yeah. Alexandra loves them too. Beautiful. Sandra's working with number 2. April, you're welcome. Dara is working with 1 and 3. Beautiful. All right. Do you keep a tally as you're reading our numbers? No, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. Every time I read a number, I tap it, so I feel like I'm like sending you into the card. See, I don't know if I'm not keeping a tally. I don't know, speaking it just like gets it. I don't know. Today seems like a pretty big spread. Everyone's all over the place. Card number 1. What is the value of surrender? This card is the Healing Lagoon, Rejuvenate, Recovery, Time to Heal, It's Safe to Stop. The healing waters are here to hold you, to heal you, to revive you. It's not only safe for you to slow down, sometimes it's necessary to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. To replenish yourself with whatever it is that you're yearning for most. To slow down and rest. The Healing Lagoon is a place of nourishment, recovery, and rest. The waters are urging you to slow down to a sustainable pace, and wherever possible, to give these things to yourself preemptively, not only when you burn out. This is a card of self-care, pleasure, and tender nourishment. How can you ease into resting, replenishing, regenerating, receiving? The healing waters of the Healing Lagoon are waiting to receive you, to replenish you, to hold you, to regenerate you. They're waiting to attune you back to your most natural and alive state. So book that vacation or that morning off. Reduce your working hours so that when you show up fully. The patriarchal expectation of grow, 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 push, push, push isn't sustainable. Your body is your most precious asset, so take care of it and regularly make time to regenerate and rest. This card comes with 2 soul inquiry questions. How can you make more time in your life to regenerate and rest? How can you practically prioritize your well-being today? How can you make more time in your life to regenerate and rest? How can you practically prioritize your well-being today? So what is the value of surrender? It's allowing you to recharge, allowing you to regenerate into your most full self. If you are giving, right? If you're not taking any time to receive, to ask for help, to ask for surrender, how are you ever going to recharge your batteries? We are human beings. We're not robots. We need time to surrender, to practice the art of non-doing, to give yourself that time for your body wants to heal itself. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Your body wants to heal itself. But if you're constantly giving, pushing, doing, where's the space to take care of yourself? It's very difficult these days with technology and business and going and doing, and everything's busy, and it's 2024 and you have to move faster and be more productive and do more with less. And it's like, hold on, I surrender. Let me take care of myself. That's the most rebellious thing to do these days, is to slow down and say, I'm doing me. Jen, this resonates. Michelle, mind blown. Gemma, so spot on. Isabel needed to hear this. Jen feels like a warm hug. Gemma the cat said she wanted it. Does she want you to slow down with her? Jen, I can rest today, thank you. Good. April, great reminder for us all. Wait, I'm calling in sick. It's okay. It's okay. And I don't know, right? Like, I don't want to speak for everyone. I don't know what job you have. I don't know what you do, but are you replaceable there? Are you replaceable for yourself? Right? Not to say that, like, you have no worth at your job, but, like, is it really all on your shoulders to take care of that whole company that you work for? Or do you get to take care of yourself? Kiana, yes ma'am, I finally had to tell someone that this weekend. I need you to take care of it because I have too much on my plate already. Yeah. Boundaries are beautiful. I've been a waterfall throughout. Does that mean you're crying a lot, Athena? Nicole took today off because you knew it was time to surrender to the recharge. Mimi heard a similar message in a podcast recently. Great reminder. I mean, that's one of those things that, like, the universe keeps screaming in my face, and I'm like, okay, let me figure it out. I can do it, I promise. April, I had to tell my daughter no to babysitting my grandson over the weekend. Just needed to focus on decluttering and resting. And that's okay. That's okay. Athena, lots of healing with Hygeia on the North Node. I'm not familiar with who Hygeia is. Lucy, I needed to hear this. Signed off work sick. Been struggling with guilt. Whose voice is telling you that you should be guilty? Who taught you that you should be guilty for taking care of yourself? What's another value of surrender? Card number 2. What's the value of surrender? Card number 2 is cleansing. Releasing the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings. Water has been deeply associated with both physical and spiritual cleansing since ancient times. We use water to cleanse our day away as we bathe, and many of the world's faith traditions use water as a means of spiritual purification, from immersion in holy rivers to baptism and ritual baths. Pilgrims around the world journey to numerous sites for the healing and cleansing qualities of their waters. The water in the grounds of Japan's Hongu Sengen Taisha, a Shinto shrine at the foot of sacred Mount Fuji, is seen as both deeply holy and self-purifying. Flowing from the melting snow at the volcano mountain's summit, it forms washing pools that call people to them from near and far. Many believe that these pools are very mystical and powerful. Local legend says that the depth of the pool waters magically changes according to the size of the person who enters them, adapting to the level of their submergence. While visiting the healing water sites of the world is an incredible thing to do, we don't need to travel to experience the healing and cleansing powers of water for ourselves. You probably already use water in this way, although perhaps not consciously. As you shower or bathe, or as you wash your hands, consider the water and call on it to support you by washing away what's coming to an end or is no longer in alignment, leaving space for what you'd like to birth anew. There's one soul inquiry question with this card. What's no longer in alignment or coming to an end that you're ready to release? What's no longer in alignment or coming to an end that you're ready to release? So what's the value of surrender? It cleanses you. It cleanses you physically, it cleanses you spiritually, emotionally, mentally. It just clears your energy. There's something stagnant that's been lingering that you didn't want to let go of yet. When you surrender, when you say, I can't do this anymore, I need help, I need assistance, please come in and help me, you are cleansed of that. You are cleansed of that energy. Jen, yes, that's where I am now, out with the old and renewing mind, body, and spirit. I'm trying to think of like a physical example of this. I love giving the metaphor stuff. The value of surrender is that you get a clean slate. You get a clean slate. And you can rebuild the foundation that you desire. But you have to let that thing go. Surrendering creates space for something new, Greg. Absolutely. Jenny, yep, there it is. Patty, this card's for me. Over the past year, been weaning off my mental health meds and now am off of all as my body cleanses itself. Been doing ritual baths. That's beautiful, Patty. Congratulations. April, oh my God, that was amazing. I've been to the waterfalls and the pool mentioned, and it's so cold, but amazing. That's great. That's great. Melinda came in late, but that's obviously my card, and I needed it to be heard. That's great. Thank you so much, Violet. I appreciate your donation. Wade, decluttering is a balm for the empath. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Athena, all of these are hitting on such an emotional level versus a physical level. Example, letting go of deep blocks versus letting go of the job. Beautiful realization, Athena. Jenny, I was seeing pictures of swimming while looking at the back of that card, and I saw those Japanese pools on TV yesterday. Of course you did. Cindy, physically purging too. Better life now. How do I let go of anger? It needs to be expressed in a healthy way. And what the heck is a healthy way of expressing anger? It took me a long time to figure that out. You can do it in the safety of your own room. You can make sure no one's home. You can close the door. You can put on rage music and you can scream into a pillow. You can punch a pillow. Usually anger is just deep sadness. Usually anger is just deep sadness that hasn't been expressed. So like, if you do that and you get yourself in the mood and you allow the anger to come out, you can jump on your bed, you can hit your bed, like make yourself safe, set yourself up beforehand. And then usually you'll just start bawling and bawling and bawling. And then that makes the anger go away because it's just pent up sadness. Christine, yep, that's my card. Love it. Eddie, screaming in a forest. Sometimes also under anger is a fear. Yes, absolutely. Screaming in a forest. That sounds so nice. I used to live closer to Chicago. I was like 20 minutes out of the city, and it was a very busy area. Now I'm over an hour from Chicago, so I'm like further away. I'm more country. I'm like in the middle of a grocery store and farms. But still, like the forest that I can go to, I still feel like it's too populated, and I'm like too scared to go do that. It came up a couple years ago that someone I followed here on Insight Timer was talking about chanting in the forest. And I was like, that sounds amazing. I would love to go sing for the trees. And then immediately my humanness comes in. And I'm like, people are going to be looking at me like I'm crazy. And for some reason, I still care. Yeah, I don't know. But that sounds wonderful, screaming in the forest. Cord cutting can help with letting go of anger too. Absolutely, Greg. The emotion needs to come out in one way or another. If it's not expressed, it's never going to go anywhere, because emotions are energy in motion. So if the energy is stuck in your body, and it has to come from the core of where this anger comes from. So if you take yourself back, okay, when did I feel angry? What am I angry at? Okay, cool. When was the previous time that I felt like that? Okay, cool. When was the first time I can remember feeling like that? Express it, express it, express it. All right, maybe there was an earlier time that I remember feeling this. Express it, get it out. It all comes back to childhood. Mary Alice, rage rooms. Yes, rage rooms let you put on safety equipment and throw plates and destroy stuff. I've never been to one. They opened one like 2 minutes from my house, but I think they quickly closed. Melinda, I love that you're so real. You know, I think I am, but then I won't go chant in a forest, so apparently I'm not that real. Eddie, there's a jazz saxophone player nearby who plays out in the oak trees from time change to the start of spring every year. That's great. That sounds great. Greg, I decide to embrace it and keep a fun attitude about it. Today I'm feeling deliciously pissy. Example. Oh, Greg, you crack me up. All right. What is the value of surrender? Card 1 gave us healing, recovery, rejuvenation. Card 2 gave us cleansing. It cleanses us. Surrender gives us a clean slate. Card 3, what's the value of surrender? The card is the Mist. She's so cute. Gemma never relaxes. She's learning to relax. Gemma's always like on edge. And look at her. She just looks so pieced out right now. What's the value of surrender? The Mist. Trust your inner compass. Be led from within. Intuition is pointless unless we act on it. But it rarely makes logical sense, which is why it takes faith and trust. Oh my gosh. I'm going to start over. Intuition is pointless unless we act on it, but it rarely makes logical sense, which is why it takes faith to trust it and courage to act on it. But when we do gather up the will to act on our intuition each and every day, we'll find ourselves living a truly blessed, deeply aligned life that's led from within. I call it living a soul-led life. There's a golden thread before you, calling you toward it, beckoning you forth. You're being called to trust your inner compass and be led from within. Mist and fog form when it's extremely humid, and water vapor condenses to form droplets that hang in the air. When mist or fog set in, it's as if everything's hanging in a state of mystery. When we're walking in mist, we make sure we're facing the right way, slow down, and enter a state of trust. Following our intuition is similar to that. While you may not know every step along the way, or the exact destination, you're called to trust your inner compass, to trust that the path will appear before you and for you. Like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, following the yellow brick road, we're all being led home to ourselves and our soul's path. It just requires us to consistently trust the guidance system within. So the soul inquiry question for this: what's your intuition calling you to do right now? What's your intuition calling you to do right now? The value of surrender is that you get to get out of your head and into your heart, because that's what intuition is. It's your heart-led, soul-led wisdom. Without surrender, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in the noggin your whole life, because you're going to be thinking that you have more control over your life than you really do. And I don't say that in a fear-based way, like, oh, you're not in control, but like, thank God I'm not in control. Like, just bring me what is for me, right? Bring me my best path. Bring me my highest path. Bring me what's in alignment with my highest good. Because obviously I can't make it happen. Jen says, Jacqui, please give yourself what you give us. Chant, sing anywhere you please. Thank you, Jen. Melinda, she is surrendering. She's learning to surrender. Ashley, wow. Michelle, this resonates as well. Nina, holy surging energy throughout my body. Oh, how beautiful is this, Jen? Heather loves fog. Greg, oh, soul-led life. Love it. So much better than a what? Alexandra, my intuition is calling me to have an afternoon nap. If you need to replenish, take time to replenish. Planned. A soul-led life is so much better than a well-planned life. Yeah, because things rarely go according to plan. So there you go. There's where surrendering the outcome comes. It's nice to have an idea of what you want, but if you're so attached to that final outcome, there's a good chance it's never going to get here. So if you surrender and you just trust that the universe is going to take you exactly where you need to be, you don't have to plan anything out. What's the name of that last card again, please? It was the Mist. Shauna, it was the Mist. Jen, this is the Healing Waters Oracle. These are beautiful. Yes, I do love this deck. And this resonates. Jenny, such a good analogy with the mist. Slowing down, taking a deep breath, enjoying the beauty of it. And I so relate to your dog learning to chill again. Yeah. Love it. Quit trying so hard. That's the second time a message like that came up today. I briefed over earlier that yesterday my husband and I had like one of those deep conversations, and he knows when I want to have a deep conversation because I'll walk in the room with multiple decks. Like, here we go. So we'll always like have our talk, and then at the end we pull a card. Which, if you would have told me that 5 years ago, wow. So the message that we got yesterday, it was from an animal deck, and it was the bee. And it was saying, stop trying so hard to achieve what you're trying to achieve, and just enjoy everything that you already have. And then this was with that whole talk about how I'm learning that I don't think I'm enough, I don't think I'm good enough, and that deeply resonated because it's because I think that I'm not enough, that I unconsciously don't think I'm worthy of everything I have. So I feel like I have to give more, try harder, do more in order to deserve what I've already been given. I've already earned this. I've already made this life. So just enjoy it because it's here. Melinda, intuition obviously told me to sleep, which is why I missed the beginning of this talk. And that's fine. That's why I record this stuff. Put it up on my YouTube. Michelle, attachment really came up this weekend. Interesting. How do you know if it's my brain or my heart? Are you scared? Because then it's your brain. Are you second guessing? Are you making a pros and cons list? Are you analyzing? That's your brain. Are you following what feels right, what you know is right? That's your heart. No, Christine, I was talking about the conversation I had with my husband yesterday. When it comes to intuition, I want to say a couple more things about these cards, and then we're going to pull one more card from one more deck. When it comes to intuition, I have very much resonated with the human design. If you've never heard of the human design, it's like astrology with the Kabbalah, with the I Ching, and with the chakra system. It's a very dense, scientific, spiritual study. But in the human design, we all have a strategy. Half of us have an emotional strategy. Half of the population is led by their emotional waves. Some people have a sacral authority. You're here to follow your gut feeling, your childlike instinct. Some people have a splenic authority. You're here to just follow your knowing. You know in the moment what it is. Some people have a sounding board authority. You have to talk it out with someone around you, and just hearing your own voice tells you what you need to know. Some people have a lunar authority. You need to wait a full 28 days, a full lunar cycle to know. That's just what's coming off the top of my head. I'm not a human design expert yet. I'm working towards that. But if you can learn your human design strategy, research it, learn about it, play with it, my goodness, does it help. My goodness, does it help align you with the life that's truly meant for you. Yeah. Heather says it's amazing getting into it. Alexandra and Violet have emotional authorities, and Greg, same. Heather has a lunar, life-changing. Yeah, now that you know, right? You get to slow down. It's okay. It might take me 28 days to know if it's time to sell my house or not. I don't need to make a split-second decision. Same with emotional authorities. We're very slow. We have to go through the whole wave. Some days that takes 10 minutes. Some days that takes 2 days. Give yourself time. Christine, yes, you are sacral. That is your gut feeling. That childlike, ooh, that's for me. That's what I want. Oh, here comes Piston. Do you also study gene keys? Not yet. Heard about them? Not yet. Thank you, Deborah. She says no imposter syndrome for you. You are good enough. Thank you. And I can say it till I'm blue in the face, but I'm learning to feel that. Dara, exactly how I've felt. Huge breakthrough in that on Friday, and I'm excited for the feeling of coming to myself. I love that. All right, so what's the value of surrender? We talked about there's something that you've given your all, and it's time to say, please delightfully surprise me. I can no longer give myself to this. So what's the value of that? Why would you want to do that? Surrender allows your body to recharge. It allows yourself to recoup emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Physical ailments come because you're hanging on to stress. So let it go and watch your health problems dwindle away. Surrendering allows you to be cleansed. It gives you a fresh slate. You wash yourself clear of whatever it is that you've been hanging on to, which gives you a clear place to build on. The value of surrender is that will bring you closer to your intuition. That will bring you closer to your own moral compass, inner compass. Your body knows what's right for you. But when you've been living in your head, thinking about all the possibilities, thinking your way through life, you're not listening to your intuition and you're holding yourself back. So the value of surrender is that it will bring you closer to your intuition. You'll feel it more strongly. You'll understand it strongly. You'll understand your intuition. I love that word, understanding. I use, for the human design, I've always used mybodygraph.com, mybodygraph, or Jovian Archive. You can also just search like humandesign.com, I think. A lot of free places on the internet to get charts. Thank you, Heather. Devin Kearns is an Insight Timer teacher who talks about the human design. So I'm going to use the Divine Masters Oracle, and I want to ask for a message of guidance towards surrender. Help us get there. How do we get there? Please guide us towards surrender. So one card to wrap this up. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. And if you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. If you haven't followed me on Insight Timer or on YouTube yet, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post all the replays there. And if you ever miss a session, or if you come in late because your body tells you you need to sleep, you can always rewatch them there. What else? Oh, my new Embody Astrology Lunar Events group is starting next week. Yes, I've been talking about this. It's coming. So next Thursday, the 21st, is our first meeting. This is a bi-weekly Zoom group. So it's run on my Patreon page. If you want information, hop into my link tree, which is in my Insight Timer bio. What this is, we'll meet on a group Zoom call a few days before each lunar event. So a few days before the full moon, a few days before the new moon. I will be able to share my screen, and I'll go into depth with what the lunar event means, a message of guidance towards surrender. I'll be able to go into depth with what the lunar event is all about. And then for each meeting, I'm going to pull up 1 or 2 case studies of people who are in the group. I'm going to pull up their chart, and I'm going to show how this lunar event is impacting this person. So there's a chance that your chart will be pulled. This is the only way to have my eyes on your chart now, unless you're one of my coaching package clients, because I'm not able to do one-on-one sessions anymore, just for singles. So then, if you are not someone that's chosen that specific time, you can watch how I read other people's charts, which is a quick way to learn how to apply the energies to your chart as well. So if you want to join this group, in my Insight Timer bio, there's a link for my Patreon. It says Embody Astrology Patreon. You can find information there. And then there's also a form. It's just a quick Google form that I need you to fill out by this Thursday so that I can select my upcoming case studies. And that form is also, it's on Patreon, it's in my link tree. I try to label things pretty clearly so it's easy for you guys. But if you have any questions, just send me an email. My email is also in my link tree. Any information you want from me, link tree. Is the birth time necessary? It's not. It really helps because you can see which house things are happening in, which tells you the specific area of life. But you can get plenty of information from your astrology chart without the exact time of your birth. It's Melinda. Is this the Melinda I'm meeting tomorrow? Because we can talk about it tomorrow. Miriam. Okay, beautiful Melinda. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. Miriam, I am no longer accepting single sessions. It's been overwhelming for me, and I have to switch it up. So I'm moving into only coaching packages. I'm moving into creating more courses. My plan is to give out 1 course every month this upcoming year, starting with an Aries course that should be coming out in a couple weeks. And I'm doing this Embody Astrology Lunar Events monthly group, bi-weekly group. So that's what I've got going on. Ashley, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, so I have 1 more week of meeting new people, and then next week I'm going to meet my coaching clients that I don't know yet, and then I'm going to work with the same people for 3 months, and my brain is going to settle down. It's just a lot to meet someone new day after day after day after, because I care so much, and so I take on all this energy, and it's just a lot and a lot and a lot. So I'm taking care of myself, right? I'm surrendering so I can take care of myself. Becky, can't wait. All right, guys. We're asking for a message of guidance towards surrender. And we are met by Kuthumi. And the message is initiatory experience. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. I know this card has come up on here before. This guy's come up for me a couple times lately too. Master Kuthumi, or Kuthumi, also known simply as KH, was one of those original ascended masters of theosophy. His name was a pseudonym given to protect the identity of a highly influential man from the Punjab region who was known to have encouraged the Maharaja of the time to reclaim his spiritual path. Now he is the keeper of the golden ray of wisdom, a divine energy that can be invoked to help us tune into the mysteries of life. Kuthumi is an evolved soul working closely with the earth and appears to anyone who is ready to move forward on their spiritual path. This divine master acts as a spiritual doorkeeper, somewhat like an energetic bouncer, holding space so that those embarking on the spiritual path can enter deep transcendental states and be protected from lower vibrations. This is a time to take your intentions, plans, and gifts to the next level. It's time to stop playing small and to think beyond where you are now. If you have held back on dreams, intentions, or plans, allow yourself to start moving toward the life you want for yourself. Cosmic energy is surrounding you now, holding sacred space for you to delve deep into yourself in order to uncover gifts, talents, abilities, and more. The situation that you are moving through is very important for your life's path. Know that any limitations, challenges, or fears that are rising up are opportunities for you to fully show up and shine. Be aware that adversity is actually an opportunity to learn and teach. Know that there are no mistakes in the events that are unfolding for you now. Instead, there is a sacred plan based on the prayers, intentions, and visions you have had for yourself, your life, and your spiritual path. So Kuthumi is giving us a message of guidance that once you surrender, your spiritual gifts are going to unlock. Bigger spiritual paths will unfold, but you have to let go of something. You have to give up control. You have to surrender in order to be given the beauty of this dream life that you're hoping for. If your hands are full, how are you going to accept anything else into them? It's scary, but you have to. You have to let it go. It wasn't until I surrendered my career. It's interesting. The page just fell out. It wasn't until I surrendered my career, my stable income, that I discovered that I can get so much out of oracle cards and that astrology has such a big play in my life. I had to completely say, please take care of me. At that point, I didn't have the deep connection I have with the universe now. There was just something in me that knew, like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be a teacher in the public school system. It's not for me. I have to let it go. I have to trust. And I trusted, and because of that, all of these beautiful gifts have been unlocking inside of me. And you can do the same. Greg, yeah. Nina, wow. Becca, golden was used twice today. Golden thread in card 3, golden age of wisdom with the Kuthumi card. I love that. I didn't realize that, but you're right. You're absolutely right. trying to think of how that applies to surrender. You can surround yourself with golden light to protect yourself as you surrender. Or you can surrender to the golden light. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much, Tracy, for your donation. I appreciate you guys being here today. I really hope that this Venus transit through Pisces helps you find the value of surrender, and it helps you use surrender as a tool to get you to the life of your dreams. I hope today served you all well. I'll be back on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm talking about a conjunction that's happening on Sunday, but we're going to talk about it on Wednesday. The Sun and Neptune are meeting up in the sky, which is going to be pretty magical, so we'll see how that goes. It was perfect timing today, says Anne. Nicole, that message was perfect for me. Awesome. Thank you, Key, for your donation. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, Lori. Nicole, thank you for being such an inspiration on following your dreams and allowing it. It wasn't easy. It was super scary. But if I've made it through, literally anyone can. There's nothing more special about me that you don't have. We all have access to the same stuff. It just depends on if you're brave enough to use it. I think that's what it comes down to. Thank you, Melinda, Carrie. Cheers, Wade. Coffee. Michelle, Molly, thank you. Alessandra, thank you. Athena. Samantha missed today. It'll be up on YouTube. A couple hours. Juliana, thank you. Just came in late and immediately felt pulled by what you were saying. Beautiful. I hope to see you back. I'll be back here on Wednesday. Miriam, thank you for your donation. Christine, thank you. Becky, many thanks. You are golden. Jackie, thank you. Athena, I'm here right now. Surrendered your nursing license a year ago. Oh, you're there right now. How much more are you opening up to? It's beautiful. It's just a nice big journey. We're here. It doesn't need to be so serious. Sandra, first time here. Very interesting. Loved it. Thanks. It just gets better and better with time. I'm here between 1 and 3 times a week. Always at 8:15 Central Time. Depending on the astrology, either Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. Melinda, I heard a very similar story yesterday about her gifts opening up after finally giving up her corporate job. It's so brave. It all just comes back to trust, though. Like, it's not me. It is me. We co-create with the universe, right? We co-create. Half the universe, half us. So it's about finding that delicate balance of how much is your responsibility and how much surrender is your responsibility. But it's more common for us humans, especially in 2024, to have too much control over our lives. We've like lost the ability to allow the universe to guide us. Surrender was an amazing message today, Athena. I've done it all. There's nothing left to do but surrender. Allison's feeling the call to let go of my job against what makes sense. I feel it's on your own time, but I feel like that's one of those things, and I'm speaking from personal experience. It's one of those things that, like, it's just nagging and nagging and nagging, and your body wants it, but your brain is like, no, that's not logical. And then your body's like, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. And once you do, it's like ripping off the Band-Aid. Athena currently in the space of building an art business, golden art in the golden state by the golden heel. We're in the golden age, I think. We're walking into the golden age. I don't know. All right, I need to skedaddle. Very nice to be here with you guys today. I'll be back on Wednesday. Sending love to all. Namaste. I hope that video was just as insightful for you as it was for all of us. Darla and I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you for liking this video, sharing it with a friend who you think would benefit, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, drop a comment and let us know what you got from this video. What was your biggest insight or takeaway? If you want to see what else I'm working on, click on my link tree. It's right underneath this YouTube video. We'll see you next time. Take care.